As a Romanian, I have a question for my American subscribers. Imagine the following scenario. Let's say you go to a car dealership. And as you walk past the doors, the owner of the dealership, which is behind the counter, instead of having him come towards you and shaking your hand, giving you a cup of coffee, trying to get your business and your patronage, no, he does none of that. He starts instead screaming like a madman. He is shouting like a lunatic, saying how awful customers are nowadays, how a customer insulted his cleaning lady, how people are very rude and disrespectful. He's literally like screaming like a maniac, like his eyes are bulging and he looks towards you, and there's foam coming out of his mouth. My question is, would you do business in that place or would you leave? Because I generally think that this is the correct way to market in the United States. I am starting to believe that Americans enjoy this type of abuse from their businesses. I mean, look at this. This is on Twitter, right? Like, this is the person responsible for the production of The Boys. Now, allegedly, I haven't seen anything of it, but one of the actresses, right, a multi-millionaire lady, has got abuse on Twitter. Now, I know this is very serious. I mean, can you imagine going on the internet and someone telling you harsh words and criticisms? I mean, that is something that I would not even know how to deal with. I hope that the FBI is involved. I hope that there is something to be done. I mean, what can you do in 2022, right? Like, if you're on the internet and someone tells you mean words and you can't find the report button and you can't find the block button, what can you do? There's nothing. Like, your life is ruined. Even if you're a multi-millionaire, all right? Like, multi-millionaires are not capable of handling themselves against this type of attack. But luckily, we got Eric Kripke here, shouting out from the rooftops, saying, "Hi, trolls." You know, I feel personally attacked now. I don't know why. Like, what did I do to you, Eric? How did I offend you? What exactly have I done for you to address this message towards me? This is literally the opposite of the show's fucking message. You're causing pain to real people with real feelings, okay? So you're causing pain to millionaires on the internet. Be kind. If you can't be kind, then eat a bag of dicks, fuck off to the sun, and don't watch The Boys. We don't want you. Hashtag The Boys TV. So, unless you are a person with room temperature IQ, this is marketing. Okay? Like, this is the modern way that corporations market products to Americans. Because Americans enjoy being abused and yelled at for some reason. I don't know why. And secondly, you gotta understand, these people are actors. Like, when you're an actor, your name is the brand. The more people talk about your brand, the more people talk about you, whether positive, negative, whatever, you get publicity, you get fame. There is no way that this gentleman can actually speak his mind. Like, he belongs to an American corporation. The word belongs is accurate, right? Like, he is owned by a corporation. You cannot say things on Twitter in America if you are owned by a company. They own your soul, especially in the entertainment industry. I mean, do you guys remember Gina Carano? The moment Gina Carano stepped out of line and issued her own personal takes, she got fired, just like that. Like, that's what happens in the United States if you step out of line or if you have your personal opinions. Right? Like, that's what I think. I do not think it's possible in the United States to have your personal opinion if you are owned by a corporation, if you belong to a company. So, in other words, I do think that this is a PR stunt. I genuinely do not believe that a multimillionaire doesn't understand how to navigate the dangers of the internet. Like, I get abuse on a daily basis, all right? I don't send abuse. I don't ask people to abuse anyone. But for some reason, this is in the papers, right? So they are promoting the product. This way of selling a product was pioneered by Disney, and now it seems to be something that Amazon is doing. Like, create a controversy, right? Like, look how bad this multi-millionaire is doing, so that then people just constantly talk about it, constantly bring it up. And by bringing it up, like, you constantly mention The Boys, The Boys, The Boys, right? Or Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings, because you're talking with other people. And that's how they are hoping to sell the product. I personally do not enjoy being marketed towards in this manner. Okay? I do not harass anyone. I do not encourage people to harass. I do not need to have someone shout these obscenities towards the fandom. Let me explain. Imagine that you have a roommate. And your roommate is constantly yelling on the phone like a lunatic. Like he's constantly hurling swear words and abuse and whatever, he's foaming at the mouth. It's not directed towards you, like you didn't do anything. But he's constantly yelling at the phone, like he's constantly cursing at the phone. He's giving off these bad energies, like these bad vibes. It's going to make you feel uncomfortable. It's going to make you feel uncomfortable being in a similar room with him. And this is exactly how I feel. I generally feel uncomfortable seeing all these people representing corporations constantly hurling abuse towards the fandom. Like, if you have a problem with someone harassing you, alright? You're in 2022, you got a report button. You can call the cops if it's serious. You can call the FBI. But the social media has created an army of people that are part of the Trust and Safety Council in order to find out your abuser. What more do you want? No, seriously, like what more can they want? Like what can we do? What can we possibly do? Like if a multimillionaire is incapable of finding out who these people are, what can I do to help them? Right? And by the way, I do not think that the actress from The Boys, Starlight, I believe, I do not think that she even got abused. I haven't seen it. Where is it? Why can't I see it? Why do I never get to see this mythical abuse? In the case of Lord of the Rings, yeah, sure, I can believe it. I can believe that some actors got some people giving them criticism. I can definitely believe that. But in the case of Starlight, get the fuck out. No fucking way. You know what? I am willing to bet that the actor who plays Homelander gets more abuse than her. Simply because like he manages to stir more emotions in people. He manages to play a really good villain. And because of that, you're going to have some individuals which aren't very bright. And they might actually give abuse towards him. Just like the actor who played Joffrey in Game of Thrones. You know, like, I get it. The actors aren't to blame. But because they do such a good job on the stream and they manage to stir the emotions of people, it's going to happen. I mean, when you appeal to millions of people, like you put your face on TV and there's millions of people watching. If even like 0.1% of those people are unhinged and they're going to send you criticisms, that's a lot of fucking people. Do the math and see how many people there are. It's part of the job. You know, it's like flipping burgers at McDonald's. You're going to deal with the angry boss. You're going to deal with the angry customer. I do not think there is a single job in the world where you're not going to have to deal with assholes. Like, please let me know if there is a single job that you can think of where you will not have to deal with any type of assholes and you're not going to have any type of unfair abuse hurled your way. Let me know what job that is, because I will consider it. But it seems that when you're a millionaire, people should care, right? So if the guy flipping burgers at McDonald's gets abuse, well, that's according to plan. But when a millionaire actress gets abuse, everyone starts to care. I personally do not like this type of marketing, all right? And this is my opinion. It's not like, oh my God, my conspiracy theory. No, I generally think this is marketing. I generally think... I would change my mind if provided evidence on the contrary. But I do not believe such evidence exists. I do not think that people who belong to corporations in the United States get to have the ability to speak their mind on social media. In 2022. I do not think that's possible, okay? Like, if you get a job at a company, the company owns your ass, they own your soul. That's the American way. But anyway, right, let me know what you guys think. And let me know why people put up with this. Why do they put up with it? I find this to be incredibly offensive, and the negative energy coming from this type of posts directed at the fandom, very disrespectful, you know? Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.